Hey guys.
Hi guys.
I've got something beautiful to show you today. This is the beginning of Statue Week. The first one up is the amazing Kotobukiya Fine Arts Thanos statue. So welcome to Statue Week. We got a ton of awesome statues to show you this week.
We do.
Like we said, we will be starting off with Thanos or Thanos. It doesn't matter what way you say it or way I say it in this video. I might change it. It doesn't really matter. This thing is amazing. I want to say a few things before we get into the statue, a little background of Thanos, and I want to talk about Kotobukiya and how amazing their fine art statue line is. It's unbelievable. So a little background on Thanos. I know a lot of you have seen him in the news. I've seen him on the shows. These are going to be in the movies. So we all know James Brolin's going to be playing them, or is playing them, I should say. And maybe you're not real familiar with Thanos. Let me just tell you a brief thing about him and how crazy awesome he is.
Right.
It's sort of how his character really connects into our world with some of the crazy people that live in it.
That's true, he does.
So, Thanos was basically a kid that was bullied because he was ugly.
Yeah, he was born really ugly and everybody just was mean.
The bullying led him to reclusion and eventually an obsession with death. He later gathered an army and dropped nukes on his home world, killing thousands, including his own freaking mother.
Like, who does that?
I mean, the dude's
Who kills
nuts!
Your mom?
He's crazy!
Yeah.
So fueling that high of his murderous rampage was this internal struggle to cause death and destruction throughout the universe. And he did. Around half of the living creatures, in fact.
I mean, that is insane to think that he is responsible for killing half of the creatures in the known universe.
Yeah,
like,
the
come
dude
on now.
is crazy. He's amazing. And what's cool is how he was created.
So you may think Thanos is actually a really old character, but in reality, he's pretty young by comic book standards. It wasn't the Gold Age, it wasn't the Silver Age, it was actually the Bronze Age in 1973 in Iron Man number 55.
I mean, who would have thought that Iron Man is where he would have got to start?
Right, that's so weird.
So obviously his story is crazy, but what's more interesting is how he even became, how he was created. So Jim Sterling was actually a college student at the time, and of course he still worked for Marvel, but he was a college student. He was between college and he was actually in between service. He was serving in the military. In one of his psych classes, he was just thinking like, what kind of, oh, this would be cool. Oh, this would be cool.
I know, he's probably listening to all these different theories thinking, I wonder if I combined this with this, if I could get a crazy person.
And he did. He did. Thanos, and that's what he created. So he has this idea of what Thanos is going to be, and he goes to Marvel, and they basically offer him, hey, do you want to write an Iron Man book? Because he was actually an artist and an author at the time. And he was like, yeah, of course. But he was still sort of, I guess, immature in the comic book standards. He wasn't real confident in himself, and he thought, I'm never going to have another chance to write my own character in a story. So he did. He wrote Thanos in Iron Man number 55. And I guess the rest is history.
Yeah, the rest is history. Although when he first came out, Thanos was actually this scrawny little character, and they're like, no, you gotta make him bigger.
Yeah, the publisher was like, nah, man, I mean, this guy can't be like the real
right. I'm not gonna be afraid of this little pipsqueak. He's gotta be a buff guy.
Yeah, and it's kind of interesting because he admitted that he took a lot of influence from Jack Kirby's Darkseid.
And it's interesting because you can kind of see the similarities between the two.
Yeah, 100%. So let's get into this statue. I mean, holy crap.
This thing is gigantic, it's fantastic, it's highly detailed. This is just one of my favorite ones we have.
Every adjective I can think of can be included.
All good adjectives.
Yes. Maybe, I don't know, the thing is beautiful. This is honestly one of my favorite statues. I can't say enough about Kotobukiya, as we said before. Their fine arts line is beautiful.
Yes, it is.
I promise you that the money that these things cost are worth it. The Black Panther statue is beautiful. This thing is beautiful. The paint app on it is fantastic. It's got sharp lines, broad shoulders, muscles.
I was gonna say, you can see the muscles in this. Everything is shiny when it needs to be shiny. It's matte when it needs to be matte. The detail in his face is just astounding.
Yes. And speaking of the face, this one actually comes with 2 portraits. So you have the option. You can do this sort of, I don't know, he's like, you know, whatever face you want to call that. That's what it is. And the other one's just kind of like, I wouldn't put that one on mine. I don't think it's kind of more of just a serious straight line, you know, sort of mouth face.
It's like before you get Thanos angry. It's just like the angry before the angry face.
Give me the angry portrait. That's what I'm all about. They are magnetized, so the head, it just pops right off. It's got a stem on it, and boom, you put it in there. The magnet does perfect.
Easy peasy.
Yeah, easy peasy, just like you said. The muscle structure in this beautiful. It really comes through. You can tell he's powerfully strong.
Ripped.
It really kind of helps portray that that his shoulders are so big and his head so small.
Exactly.
So, I mean, usually on a statue, that would be a very big no-no.
Right.
But because of this, it really shows you, you know, a human can be a human, but when you add so much muscle, the size of his head never changes.
He's like a juiced up meathead.
Yes. Actually, what's interesting about Thanos, he's 6'7".
Right.
And what, 900 pounds?
986 pounds,
yeah.
I think.
Dude's almost 1,000 pounds. Okay, so let's talk about the arms. Let's talk about this gauntlet. This gauntlet is freaking fantastic. I love the material they used for the Infinity Stones.
I do too. They're so pretty. I love how they're raised off of it too, and you can see through them.
Yeah. So let's do a quick kind of run through of what these Infinity Stones are, because maybe you're not completely, you know, convinced about them from the movies or whatever.
Or maybe you don't know.
Or maybe you don't know. I will say though that the comics and the movies are a little different as far as colors.
Yes, they kind of go back and forth. They interchange.
We're gonna stay on sort of comics because the movies can be a little daunting, actually, to try to figure out what's going on.
Well,
so
plus, we don't really know where all of the stones are at the moment.
Not all of them, yeah, not all of them. So we're going to stay with comics and what the colors are. First one up, we see the yellow one. So the yellow one is the reality gem. This gem can be used to create any type of alternate reality, and when backed by the other stones, so when you have all the other stones, it allows the owner to alter reality on a universal scale. That one can actually create any reality, an alternate reality.
Exactly. He
That's
can change
dangerous.
things. It's scary. Moving on from the yellow reality gem, let's check out the purple space gem. So the space gem is also pretty crazy. It allows the user to exist anywhere, at any time, and move anything. It basically grants them omnipresence.
I mean, that gives them the type of power that, I mean, if you could be anywhere, move anything.
Right, that's an insane power to have.
I mean, when you have that Infinity Gauntlet full, I don't even know what you could use that with.
You can rule the universe.
You could do bad things anywhere at any time. Like,
right.
Up next on this Infinity Gauntlet is the blue gem, the Mind Gem. This is pretty interesting. So this one allows the user to strengthen and enhance mental power and access the thoughts and dreams of other beings. It can also access all minds in existence simultaneously when combined with other gems. So, of course, when the gauntlet is full.
Right.
The Mind Gem is basically a universal subconscious.
That is insanely scary as well.
That's fun.
Fun?
Like, to have let me think about it. To have a power where you could control everything without them really knowing you're controlling them, because you have this study of what people or beings are doing that they don't know why they're doing it.
It sounds like Divergent right now.
I mean, woo!
So up next is the yellow one, but we've actually already done the yellow, so let's reverse back into the orange.
Yeah, the colors are really simple, really close. So the orange and yellow look about the same, but now when I look at it, definitely the yellow is yellow. It's that one, it's the pointer finger, but we better do orange. So the orange gem is the Time Gem. Now this one gets really crazy too. It allows the user total control over the past, the present, and the future. It grants its user the ability to see into the past and the future, the ability to stop, slow down, speed up, or reverse the flow of time, and thus time travel. It also grants the ability to change the past and the future, age and de-age beings, and trap people or entire universes into unending loops of time. At full potential, this gem grants omniscience, which is an infinite amount of awareness and knowledge.
That is insane.
It's like X-Men type crap, right? Oh my god, what timeline are they on?
Yes! Up next, the beautiful red stone, and as a woman, I love red stones because of rubies, so come on now.
I just don't think this red means ruby.
Probably not.
I don't know.
What it does represent is the power gem. It accesses all power and energy that ever has or will exist.
I love that one.
I do too. That's so fun. It can boost the power of the other gem's effects, allows the user to duplicate almost any physical superhuman ability, and grants them omnipotence.
So, this is my favorite one. This is my favorite one.
Yes!
I mean, besides the last one we're going to talk about, but this is, if I had one, this would be it.
Yeah.
I mean, I can take superpowers.
Right.
I can boost myself. This is like the boost. You're playing a video game.
That's
true.
Make
me faster, make me stronger,
right.
all
it's your
that.
ultimate.
It's like playing Overwatch, man.
Yes.
That's Mercy's blue one. That's her blue line. Give him more power.
Yes.
Like, that's sick. I love that one.
I do too.
The power gem, man. That's where it's all at. But I suppose it's not as strong or crazy or amazing.
Or scary or terrifying.
Scary as the giant gem, the green one, the green stone. That's the soul gem.
Yeah.
This one allows the user to steal, control, manipulate, and alter souls, living or dead, and it also has the ability to steal the powers and abilities of others. The soul gem is sentient, which means it can think on its own, basically, and has a hunger for souls. So to have a stone that isn't necessarily artificial intelligence because it's sentient, it thinks on its own and it loves souls. It wants to kill and take them. What makes this one so powerful, though, is at full potential, meaning if it has all of the stones on the gauntlet, this gem grants control over all life in the universe.
I mean, this is basically how Thanos was able to kill half of the entire population.
I mean, each stone in their own has just crazy power. You've seen the Marvel movies. You know how powerful they are. Now think about them all in one giant glove.
Right. It pretty much makes you undefeatable.
And we're not talking about the Loot Crate glove that
That's
hurt your hand. We're talking about the real deal.
It will actually protect you.
Or kill you. More like probably kill you. So, I mean, that is the most important thing about the statue is that gauntlet. One interesting thing about these arms, these hands, or I guess gauntlets, I should say, because I guess they're technically both gauntlets. They are connected by a stem. So this one seems to be in all the Kotobukiya fine art statues. I would say this one's better because that metal piece is thicker than what was on the Black Panther one. The Black Panther one was a little thinner and honestly a little scary. I felt like I was going to break it. This one does not feel like you're going to break it. And what I like about this is when you stick that metal bar into the arm, it doesn't fit until you move it into place. So that's kind of cool. It really sort of helps you move that into place. The bodysuit is sculpted so nicely. The statue is actually sculpted by Eric, whatever that means. Might be like a Prince thing, I don't know, like a one-name deal. I'm not actually really familiar with him, but I'm sure I am familiar with him just seeing the sculptures. Either way, fantastic sculpt on this thing.
Definitely.
I guess what I can say about the body of him, it is so Thanos.
It's very much Thanos. It's very thick, it's very powerful, it's masculine, everything wrapped into one. It's really nicely done.
I mean, you see this, you're gonna think, okay, that guy's probably really powerful.
Right, I don't want to get caught by him in a dark alley.
Maybe you're not a comic book fan or anything like that. If you saw a statue, you'd be like, whoa, that guy should not be met in an alley somewhere.
Exactly.
Now, of course, the body sculpt is amazing, but I think that base deserves some talking.
Absolutely. I feel like the base takes home the show on this statue because there are so many different skulls and different stages of decomposition. I really like this.
Yeah, I mean, the powdered looking paint.
Right.
I mean, it looks like it's been there a long time, too.
Definitely.
So it's not shiny, really. I mean, it's sort of shiny,
it
but
looks
it's
muddy and dirty.
Yeah, and muddy, dirty. Almost like these skulls have turned to stone because they've been there so long. Which is interesting because what's going on? Were these superheroes that had skulls? Are these just humans? We don't know. We don't know. But it tells a story, which makes a great base when you look at it and think, okay, what is going on down there? And I will say, Kotobukiya and all these fine art statues, like I said, I can't talk good enough about them. I really can't. But they know what they're doing with bases.
Thanos is such a large statue and it's quite heavy. The base needs to be a larger, heavy base, and this one is definitely perfect for that.
It will sit solid on your shelf. No doubt about it. It's not going to move anywhere. And he is very easy to put together. It's all done with quality, so parts do fit together. He comes in 5 pieces. The head, and like I said, he does come with an alternate portrait, so if you want those, so technically I guess you'd have 6 pieces in a way. But the head goes on there, then you have the 2 arms that are separate pieces, and then the base. And all he does is his leg plugs into the base. Very easy. Not a whole lot of movement that you're like, don't break my statue.
I know, it's not
Super
like
easy.
you're playing like all of these Jenga trying to get it to fit. It's just like boom, boom, boom.
Boom, fits right in.
30 seconds.
Quality. And like many of the Kotobukiya collection fine art statues, these things are limited. This one in particular, limited to 2,100 pieces. Not a lot out there.
Small number.
So overall, I would say that this Thanos statue from Kotobukiya is one of my favorite statues that I own.
Definitely. It's got to be in the top 5 just because of the design, the style, the size. It just is a standout piece.
It's a definite standout piece. Everything so far that Kotobukiya has spit out from their fine arts is definitely one. Of course, it should be for the price because these aren't cheap. This one is $299, so they are very expensive. But if you're looking for something that maybe you're a Super Marvel fan. Maybe you're looking for a villain, a Marvel villain, and maybe you don't have the money for a sideshow. Those things go up to almost $500. They're really pricey, but maybe you want something a little better than $100, $150. I think these are what you should be looking for. Paint apps on them are fantastic. Sculpts on them are fantastic. They give you multiple head sculpts on them. Great. I love the statue. I would definitely give this 6 stones out of 6 stones.
I definitely would too.
Alright guys, so that was our review of the Kotobukiya fine art statue of Thanos. A beautiful statue. If this looks like a statue you guys might be interested in, we'll put a link down below along with some information. Thanks for watching guys. We'll see you next time.
Thanks guys.
Bye.
Bye.